Let's write some compelling copy for your landing pages using a 4-part proven framework, timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a link to our copywriter playbook that has all these formulas and more to help you ace your copywriting when it comes to launching your sales funnels. Now, as you can see from these landing pages, simple copy formulas like the ones we're about to go over convert really, really well. So you definitely don't have to worry about overcomplicating this process or wondering if these formulas are so basic that they're not actually going to convert. So we'll kick things off with the simple framework we're going to be using. Now, this is a proven framework. It's not something I made up. It's been around for decades now, and it's called AIDA, and it stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. So as you can see on this landing page, we'll go through the copywriting elements of each one of these and how they actually interact with each other. So of course, we need to grab attention with our headline by letting our ideal customers or prospects know that they're actually in the right place and that this is for them. So there is a really simple formula that you can use for your headlines, and is the how to. So we have how to result without roadblock, even if roadblock, how to break a roadblock, even if roadblock, and then finally we have how to result in the next time frame, even if roadblock. Now, with the results, roadblocks, and timeframes, that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So as you go through this particular exercise, and really any copywriting for that matter, you want to make a list of all of the results your ideal customer is after and all of the roadblocks they are after. Spend at least 15 to 20 minutes on this. Sometimes it can take days if you're writing a full-on sales letter, but here we're just making a landing page. So we'll use the example of someone who is trying to improve their Facebook ads. So we have a list of the results that they're after and the list of things that they think are getting in their way. So once you've done this, we can jump back over to our formulas here, and then you can see how we can start to easily plug and play these results and roadblocks into these simple formulas. So the first one we have here is how to cut your ad costs in half, which is a result that they want. They want to be spending less money without starting all over. So some people who are running Facebook ads, they might look at their ad costs and go, wow, that's way too high. I probably have to start all over, right? Nobody wants to have to start all over. And then skipping down one, we have how to identify your best ad opportunities without wasting cash warming up your Facebook pixel. So this is something else where you can actually call out some advice that they may have gotten someplace else, because back in the early days of running Facebook ads, there was this thing called seasoning your pixel, right? Where essentially marketers were telling business owners, hey, just spend a few hundred or a few $1,000s to season your Facebook pixel, and then everything's gonna work just fine, right? So if you can call out something that your ideal customer prospect's been told, and you can say, no, that's completely wrong, you don't have to do that, that's a really powerful way to grab that attention. So remember, with this headline and all of these ones that we're looking at right now, we're just trying to grab attention and show our new site visitor that they are in the right place and that we understand some of their struggles. So of course, you can always pause timestamps below, and we'll jump down to the second to last one, how to force a campaign to scale even if you've been stuck or it's been below break even, right? So we can also talk about two problems that they have. So we might say, okay, you can overcome this problem without having to fix this other one first, right? So our headlines are all about just removing those roadblocks out of the way so our customers and prospects can take a step forward towards what they ultimately want. And so for our landing page example here, we of course went with 3x your ROAS in the next 7 days without increasing your ad spend. So that does it for our headline. So next, we need to build some interest with our bullet points. And so here we are going to communicate the value or benefit of whatever it is we're offering on our landing page. And of course, there are lots of different bullet points formulas out there, but typically with a landing page, you need at least 3 to get started, 3 or 5. For some reason, odd numbers seem to convert better. And so I'll leave a link in the description to our copywriter playbook that goes through lots more bullet point formulas than these 3, but these are the 3 we'll start with. So the first one we have here is the number one mistake 99% of Facebook advertisers make that forces Facebook to waste your ad spend. And so what we're doing here is we're specifically calling out who this offer is for, Facebook advertisers. That's pretty broad. We probably want to be a little more specific, but hey, it's just an example. And then we talk about another problem that they're encountering. Of course, you've made a list of roadblocks and results, hopefully, and so we can go back to this list and grab some other things for our bullet points. Now, this next one's a little more complicated. We have the golden spend creative ratio to effortlessly create highly effective ads. And so what we're doing here is we are giving a name to a strategy, tactic, technique inside of whatever it is that we're offering. So instead of saying how to balance your budget or how to allocate your budget correctly, that just sounds really boring and tedious, we could call it the golden spin creative ratio. It's the same information or the same technique, strategy, method, whatever you want to, secret we want to call it. But if we give it a name, and that's what mechanism stands for here, here's a list of mechanisms that you can use for your own copywriting. It gives us the ability to create some curiosity around what we're writing. And of course, it just makes sure that we don't come across as boring as you're going to learn this, you're going to learn this, and you're going to be able to do that. That's just kind of plain, and it's not going to help our conversion rates. So jumping down here, the last one we have is plus a real life case study of how this exact fill in the blank with whatever it is that you're offering allowed our clients or allowed us to, or has allowed other Facebook advertisers to turn a campaign from broke to profitable in just 72 hours. Now, if you used a time in your headline, you're probably not going to want to say in 72 hours in your bullet point as well. So you do want to make sure there's some congruency between your headlines and your bullet points, and you're not using the kind of same sales copy tactics over and over again on the same page. And of course, once we have our bullet points written and our headline written, we've done the hardest part. And this next part is creating some desire. And so this is going to be either having trust seals, testimonials, media appearances. The types of things that you want to put here is simply to show that you are a credible source and that you're not just some random person on the internet trying to steal their contact information, right? Now, unfortunately, most of us don't have this, right? We're just getting started, or this is a brand new offer, so we don't really have that kind of social proof for it. So what you can do is quote yourself. Now, I know this sounds ridiculous, but if we go back to the examples that I showed at the beginning of this guide, I literally quote myself on each one of those because when we launched those particular offers, they were brand new. We didn't know if they would work. We'd never had someone before. So we can just talk about our personal experience and how whatever it is they're about to receive has helped us achieve similar results that our ideal customers want. And that's literally all you have to do here. We're just adding some sort of personal human element to it. And especially if you're doing any sort of content marketing or people might know who you are, then of course having your face on here is going to help your conversion rates and boost the essentially trustworthiness of your page. And then finally, we have our call to action. This is where we direct people and tell them exactly what to do next in order to get whatever it is that we are offering. And so here's a list of just some different things you can put on this call to action button. You really don't want to overthink it. Now, even though this has nothing to do specifically with copywriting, you do want to make sure that you ask for the minimum amount of information, because the more information you ask for, the lower your conversion rates are going to be. So if we made the perfect headline and bullet point and creating desire combination, but then we asked for all of these form fields at once, you better believe that our conversion rates are just going to tank. So name and email at really most, email at minimum. And if you need that other information, you can always collect it later on in your sales process. And so here's our final landing page. This is the exact same process we went through when creating this landing page and all the other ones that you've seen earlier. So go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more marketing guides just like this one. Make sure you check out that link in the description to our copywriter playbook that helps you walk through that roadblock result exercise, and of course has a lot more headline formulas and bullet point formulas for not just your landing pages, but your sales pages and upsell pages as well. So until the next, keep building the business you love.